Hey guys, it's time to look at some events and to remind you it's later than you think. But before we do, this is a screenshot from the video I put up in August 2015 called Wake Up, Look Up, Time's Up. And I made a mistake here. I understood it as a covenant with many, when it actually he shall confirm with many. The headlines show you that this covenant was between Israel and Turkey. This article called it a reconciliation deal. This one calls it a rapprochement deal. Here's the definition of rapprochement. This article called it a treaty. But this is the article you're looking for. Jerusalem Post, June 27th, 2016. Here you'll find a list of 5 countries that helped coordinate and negotiate this covenant. They are the many confirmers. You'll notice the first country on the list, home to this man, which I've warned you about since 2015. If you were not aware to be watching June 26, 2016, or how I even came up with that date, it may be because you follow a theory that's based in part on this man's solution to Daniel's 70 weeks, despite the fact that Daniel's words were closed up and sealed till the time of the end. But let's look ahead now. It's time for the temple. In a previous video I stated that the current calculation suggested March 1st. I believe it's going to be February 21st. And we know that they're not going to have a permanent temple built by then. But from my understanding, a temporary tabernacle, like Moses used in the wilderness, is acceptable until the permanent structure is complete. And that's going to take a miracle to happen in 9 days. Either way, there will be a temple by this September. Another thing to watch that no one's talking about is the book of Nahum and the burden of Nineveh. It tells us that it'll be destroyed with an overrunning flood. Just be aware of what the Iraqis call Nineveh, we call Mosul. That's where they're fighting ISIS. That's just downstream from the dam that they're warning could collapse. Sounds a lot like Book of Nahum to me. So watch for the second destruction of Nineveh. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. All over the news this weekend they're talking about this close approach comet. This doesn't mean anything unless you understand the correct Daniel 70 weeks. In Revelation chapter 7, verse 2, you'll read, "And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God." Remember, angel means messenger, and this messenger has the seal of the living God. And in Revelation chapter 4, I believe you'll find the definition of the seal here, the emerald rainbow, giving you a basic interpretation like this. Apply it to the comet. The comet's flight path. And you'll see that it's ascending directly to the east. And I believe that this is informing us that the 144,000 are now being sealed. This is what happens when that job's done. And that lines up perfect with our next sign due in August, the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. I see that people are starting to wake up to this, realize what it is. The Byzantines knew, and so will you. Look up August 21st, 2017, during the Great American Eclipse, and we should see it. And then, time's up, because Jesus is coming to rescue his people from sudden destruction this September.